Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Time. I'm Sean. So some news on Fast and the Furious 7. It has been said that they have made a decision on what is going to happen with Paul Walker's character, Brian O'Connor. And what they're going to be doing is they're going to be writing him out as a retirement. That's going to be the way they're going to do it. They're going to have some kind of event, and they're going to use the footage that's already been recorded of him, and they're going to have him retire during the film. I think this is a really good way to kind of pay homage to him and keep him alive and in the film and keep his character at least around and not have to focus on the death of him. And I feel like it's a good way to send him off as best they can, because the film wasn't finished filming as well, as we all know. So I'm excited about this. Like I want to see the movie. I'm really excited for the movie to come out. And I know it's going to be a while before that happens, but I'm really looking forward to see what they actually do with it. So big actor Gerard Butler, he's been signed on to reprise Patrick Swayze's role in the movie Point Break. This is really cool. It's a really big cult hit. It's very popular. There's a lot of references to the movie Point Break in a lot of pop culture these days. One of my favorite parts or references is in the movie Hot Fuzz. Nick Frost's character just keeps on bringing up all these action movies, and Point Break is one of his favorites, and I really like that. So I guess this means that they're doing a remake of Point Break. Gerard Butler is going to be in it, and that's all the information I have for you right now. But that's pretty cool information, though. Also signed on to reprise their role this time, though, is Richard Grieco and Brad Pitt. They're going to be reprising their roles from 21 Jump Street, the TV show. They're going to be in 22 Jump Street. Richard Grieco is going to be playing Officer Booker, and Brad Pitt, as far as I can tell, I didn't realize he was on it until I looked into IMDb. I guess he's going to be playing a guy named Peter. But they're going to be reprising their roles in there, and we'll see what they do if they make any changes to it, because Brad Pitt's role in the original show, it looked like there was only one episode, so I don't know if they'll keep him in there as this Peter character, or if they're going to have him as a different different police officer to go with Officer Booker. So let me know what you guys know about the show 21 Jump Street, and let me know, maybe you guys can fill me in a little bit more on that one. Now moving over to some comic book news. It has been said that in Days of Future Past, X-Men Days of Future Past, Toad is returning in this movie. If you guys remember, Toad was in the first X-Men, but he didn't leave a lasting impression except for the fact that it was done by Ray Park, and there was some really stupid lines that were connected to him. Halle Berry's Toad line. If the only downfall about this news is that Ray Park isn't coming back to play him. This is going to be an earlier version of Toad, so I'm assuming it's going to be in the first class, era of the X-Men movie when they go into it. It's not going to be in the future era of the movie Days of Future Past. So that's the downfall of it. It isn't going to be Ray Park. If you guys are fans of Toad, that's going to be pretty cool for you guys, but it's not going to be Ray Park. So overall, to me, I really don't. This is like, it's cool, but at the same time I'm like, it's not Ray Park. Ray Park is a true badass. Dude is an awesome. He's awesome with bladed weapons. He knows how to do things with them that a lot of other stuntmen, a lot of people can do, but he made his money in stuntmen, and he came on the screen, and it's just awesome. Best work as Darth Maul, I would have to say. And the last bit of comic book news is that I spoke about this a couple months ago. Ben Kingsley's been working on some stuff with Marvel. It has come out that what he was working on was the one-shot that is going to be coming out on the Thor: The Dark World DVD Blu-ray on February 6th. In this one, he's in prison, and from what they've said about it, it opens a lot of possible branches of ways they can go in the Marvel Universe. I really like this. Like I said before, I'm really interested to see what they do with it. My mind is still racing of what's going to happen in this one-off, this one-shot. Are they going to somehow bring the 10 rings in there to kind of intimidate him? Is he going to somehow fall upon the rings and actually become the Mandarin? Spoiler alert. All kinds of things. So I'm just wondering what's going to be, and I can't wait till February 6th to pick up Thor and check out this one-shot. I'm really excited about this. Alright guys, so in theaters this week we have a couple of big, mass wide releases and a couple movies that were limited release and are now going into wide release. The wide releases, well actually, three actually that were limited and now are wide, and one is going wide. The wide that's purely going wide, wide release is The Legend of Hercules. That's with the kid from Immortals and Twilight. This one looks interesting. He actually has powers comparative to the Rock, Dwayne Johnson Hercules, where I think that one is more of he's a soldier and no powers. So that's coming out this week, today, Friday, and we also have the three other movies that are coming out that were in limited release, and now they're in wide release. You have the Lone Survivor. I'm really interested in this one. It looks awesome. Reminds me of the movie Act of Valor and that type of film, where it's really going to just tug on your heartstrings, at the same time going to give you some awesome action. And then you have two movies that, one of them, August, Osage County, is getting a lot of love, really a lot of love for it. Golden Globe nominations galore, great actresses in it, Meryl Streep, Julia Roberts. It looks like it's jam-packed with talent. So I'm not gonna see this one in the theater, but I'm definitely excited to check it out when it comes out on DVD, Blu-ray. And the last movie is called Her. It's with Joaquin Phoenix and the voice of Scarlett Johansson. Now this movie, it's getting a lot of really good reviews as well, but to me it's weird. The plot of this movie, of him falling in love with a computer AI voice, it's weird. I can't take myself to really take this movie seriously, and it's not supposed to be a comedy, so I don't know what to really think of this movie. It's getting a lot of good reviews, but I just can't take myself out of this world where I'm in the physical. This girl right here would be in the physical, but now I'm falling in love with this other thing that's on my phone. That's weird to me, and it's like, it sounds like some weird fetish and not like a true love story. So I don't know about that one. Tell me what you guys think down below, in the comment section down below. Are you guys interested in Her, or August, Osage County, Legend of Hercules, or The Lone Survivor? Let me know what you guys think about those, and if you're going to be seeing any of those this weekend. Alright guys, movie of the week this week. We're back to regular movies. I'm really happy to be back to the regular movies. I love my Christmas movies, but it's good to be back into watching some comedies, some dramas, some thrillers, some action movies. I'm really glad. So this week, it was recommended to me to watch the movie Drinking Buddies. I had heard things about it, that Olivia Wilde puts on a good performance in this movie, and so I was like, alright, cool, I want to check this out. And plus, I mean, Olivia Wilde, it's Olivia Wilde, so how can you say no to that? In this movie, they have a few people in there that I recognize. You have Olivia Wilde, easy to recognize. You have Jason Sudeikis, who I believe in this film is a wasted talent. They could have had anybody play the character that Jason Sudeikis played, and it would have been the same outcome. They didn't use his comedic abilities in this movie, and I felt that fell short. It's like they teased us, but then they didn't give us the payoff. So the co-lead, along with Olivia Wilde, is Jake Johnson. He looked really familiar to me. It took me a while to figure out who he's from. He has a scraggly beard and everything in this movie. He's actually from New Girl, and I spoke about him before, I think, about him being signed on to do Jurassic World coming up. So he's in there, and I feel that the chemistry between him and Olivia Wilde, Jake Johnson and Olivia Wilde, was a great chemistry. I feel that they really bounced off of each other. They really had this really good camaraderie between each other. The acting right there between them, when Jason Sudeikis came in, I could see the acting. It was really good. I mean, I could see it in a sense like it was polished. It was really polished, and it was good, and it was from a place of skill. When they brought in characters other than those three characters, I felt like that's where this film fell apart. Also in this movie was Anna Kendrick. She was in the movie 50-50 with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. She's the psychiatrist, the psychologist in training, and also was Ron Livingston. You guys know him from Office Space. So they had these 5 really good actors in there. Like I said, whenever there was interaction between these people, I felt like the movie was really good. The movie was polished, the interactions between them, the dialogue between them was pretty good, and even when there were lines where it seemed like they were coming just off the cuff, it seemed like it was natural. But it seemed like when they made this movie, they spent a bunch of their budget on getting these name actors so that somebody would notice their film. Like, I don't know what they were thinking, but it seemed like everybody else they got was just people off the street, friends, co-workers, loved ones, family members, because Every other interaction in this movie, to me, felt forced, and it felt fake. Now, there was a scene where Olivia Wilde's character is moving, and they have one of these actors, quote-unquote actors, in it, and I guess... Now, this is where I'm wondering, were they trying to go for this, or was it purely accidental? You would think it's going to be awkward in real life with these two characters that one of them's helping her move. And it is awkward, but I don't think it was awkward because of them acting out as awkward. I think it was awkward because the other person didn't know how to act. It seemed very forced, and I just wasn't very happy with all of this acting that was going on in the movie, aside from these 5 characters. Jake Johnson, Ron Livingston, Anna Kendrick, Olivia Wilde, Jason Sudeikis. They all came off very smooth, very polished, and I enjoyed the dialogue between all these characters. So that's the acting for you. If you guys are going into a movie and you want to see great acting, go to the movies and watch August Osage County. Great actors in that movie. This one has a few good ones and a handful or more of actors that seem like they're just filler. The story on this one seemed like it was a real story. I liked that about it. It seemed like it was coming from somewhere that it's a legitimate thing that could happen. It happens to multiple people more than likely, and I like that. I like that. It gave it a sense of realism to it. I really like that. But then the acting still brought the story down, because there'll be sections of the movie where it's Jackson and Wilde, they're acting together, and they're having a great dialogue, and it gets me into it, and then they bring somebody else in, and it brings me back out of the whole story, everything that's going on. So I don't know what they could have done better. I guess maybe written up a better script, maybe not gone so much ad-libbing. But overall, the story, the basic plot of this, I liked it. I liked the parts with the main actors in it. I just didn't like any of the stuff with all the extras and all the ancillary actors. Overall, I would say you guys go rent this movie. You know, go check it out. It's on Netflix right now. That's where I watched it at, and I think you guys will enjoy it, but because there's a lot of stuff that you can relate to in this movie. A lot of stuff I can relate to, and you'll be able to relate to. But overall, it's right in the middle of the road. It's nothing to brag about, nothing to call mom about, you know. So give this movie a rent and go check it out. So that's it for Movie Time this week, guys. Remember to click the like, share, subscribe buttons down below. Leave your comments and questions and inquiries and ideas for Movie of the Week in the comments section. And let's have a great conversation. We'll see you next time.